Hey, this is Mad Hatter, and today I'm back on a old tutorial plot, and we're going to talk about how to convert that automatic 2-wide tileable shulker crafter into a dyed shulker crafter. Now, a couple of assumptions. I'm going to assume that you've got space underneath. That's a pretty good first set of assumptions. And then I am going to assume that you have all of the dye that you would possibly need, and the rest comes from there. So here is where we left off last time with automatic shulker crafting. You can see if I were to drop all these shulkers out, I get a couple more that show up. Same with the other side, and we're going to work from that. So first thing that we're going to do is we're going to get a dropper, and I kind of need the dropper, so I need the dropper to control the order of when things are going in. So let's grab a dropper. I'm going to place a dropper just like that on both of these, and then I'm going to put a hopper into it. Okay, now we're going to need crafters facing down. And now we need hoppers facing in. Now let's grab a chest, and we're going to place this across the back, just like that. And we're going to grab one of these shulkers, put it in each of these. Now, the next thing we're going to do is put a output barrel. Doesn't have to be a barrel, but I like barrels. Okay. Now we're going to go, this is going to power the machine, and that's going to tell us when we're full. So now when the top is empty, we want to lock up the hopper below. The way that we're going to do that is just like this. We're going to put another clock in, just like that, and a piece of dust. Now, if this barrel is empty, it's going to lock this thing going back and forward. So we can toggle here, and you'll see here it is filling up with shulkers. We don't necessarily want that. We want the dye in there. I'm gonna grab a hopper for the dye, and I'm gonna put red dye there. Now you see we have red dye coming in, and we have shulker boxes there. I'm gonna put a hopper just like that. And now let's see if this runs. So now, this should never actually fill up. So if I put a barrel down here, should never actually fill up with red dye. It should always be locking just before the shulker gets sent in, and it should passively re-dye all these shulkers and then freeze once the crafting process has completed, and it locks up everything above it. So let's rebuild that on the other side. So just below this, you're going to put a block, then a block here, a comparator facing in. This is your output of shulkers doing whatever shulker things you need them to do. Then it is very simply a shut-off circuit, just like that. And your very simple hopper clock, just like that. That's all you need. Like, it doesn't need to be complicated. So we'll put our dye in just like that, and we forgot to set this one up, so let's give it a chance to get set up. And good thing we didn't actually grab the dye. Put our dye in. This one will make gray shulkers. If you want die overflow protection, you can do that. You place a block right there just as a temporary placement block. You come up and you place a block there. You do the same thing over here. And now what you're going to do is you could place your comparators 1, 2, 1, 2, put a block there. And now you can break out these temporary blocks if you want. And then you place a torch here and there. Now the problem with the overflow detection is if you end up with this channel in the middle running out, it's going to lock both left and right. So that can be a problem if you do add the running out of die detection circuit, but it may be worth it depending on what you're trying to do. That is the very simple coloring circuit added onto my 2-wide tileable shulker crafter. This is kind of 2-wide tileable with the exception of the running out of die circuit. That's not necessarily tileable. So anyway, this is Mad Hatter. Hopefully you enjoyed it. This was a very brief tutorial made because somebody had asked for it. You can ask for things. I may not do them. I don't do everything. I actually tell a lot of people no, I'm not going to do that because I don't want to. But if it's interesting and you suggest it, I may or may not do it. No commitments on my behalf, but with that, this is Mad Hatter and I'm out. Bye.